Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world, when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I said I would look at Afghanistan. It's a really mixed bag of emotions there. I think people do understand that 20 years was probably 20 years, I don't know, too long, wasted, whatever. Commentators are saying this really feels like another Vietnam and the fall of Saigon. Australian veterans, Australian Army forces, Defence Forces, followed America into Afghanistan. It was a United Nations type of peacekeeping force there following the 9/11 World Trade Center bombings and horrendous loss of life. And that's what took us into Afghanistan. Of course, Trump brokered a deal, apparently. Don't know too much about that, do we? Brokered a deal with the Taliban before he left, and Biden, not long after coming in, pulled American and other troops, our troops, out of, we exited it as well, out of Afghanistan. Now, what's happened? You will have been following the news. Unfortunately, within a matter of weeks of that withdrawal, the Taliban have overrun the country again. There is only the capital, I think, Kabul, is it now as I was recording this, still in the hands of the Afghanistan government. It looks like that will fall as well. Biden is bringing back thousands of troops to cover the withdrawal of the American embassy staff. It is a very sad situation. It has provoked massive refugee movement. It's going to get, this is in the middle of a pandemic as well. I can't see any way, our hearts are there for the women and the children that, there's already horrendous stories coming out. And of course, the question was, America couldn't stay there forever. I don't know, no easy answers. But we shouldn't be seeing this. That's all I know. Okay. So let's have a look at what's going to happen in Afghanistan. What is going to happen in Afghanistan? The Moon card. So this can also be deception as well. It is just emotions, the shadow side of things, emotions running high, things coming to the surface, which we may not like what we see. Challenged by the Emperor card, control or lack of control, the president. We don't know what has occurred with Afghanistan. Successive presidents have all, over the 20 years, there's something here that we don't know about. There's certainly a shadow side and a lack of control, or something spiraling out of control. I do see the American president here challenging that Moon card as well. So Four of Pentacles, a deep insecurity. A deep insecurity here. And trying to protect the capital as well. Turkey has erected a wall on its, I think it's eastern border, to keep Afghans out, refugees out of Turkey. And there's the neighbouring countries, Pakistan, for example, a humanitarian crisis. We're already being warned. Nobody will want these refugees. The Sun card in the past. This is full illumination, movement forward, the Sun card, but it's in the past. It's in the past. Queen of Wands. I go to the women. I go to the children. I go to women who will become leaders, like in a type of resistance against the Taliban. They had hope and now they have none. The Taliban it's a tribal country. The Taliban, they maim, they imprison, and they kill women. There's a lot of queens coming up here. This will shock us, what we see happening. The Queen of Pentacles. Basically, women's security, women's defence has been lost. It's being challenged. But they will come together, and there will be a strength here. Right now we have heartbreak and loss, betrayal. You know, we were lucky enough in this lifetime anyway to be born into Western democracies where we don't have to face this type of condition. But these women weren't. These women were born there, particularly those in the last 20 years that were born into what was a relatively free Afghanistan. There's heartbreak and loss here. The environment around it's quick. It's happening very, 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 very quickly, and we're going to be learning more. We're not going to like what we hear. The Five of Cups in the hopes and fears. You can see I don't often need to explain these cards too much. This is death, murder, killings, and we've got the Ten of Wands. It's a situation. There's blood on that tower. It's a situation we can't really fix. There's something coming to an end. I'm not sure what that is. The Ten of Cups, families, children. That's where it's going to be hard. When I opened up for this reading, I just saw mass movement and the Four of Swords, killings. Okay, and retreat as well. What's here? We've got the Three of Cups at the base of the pack. Circles of support. 3 players in this. 10 of Pentacles. This is wealth, family legacies. And the Queen of Swords, some kind of truth coming forward. And the Five of Wands. The humanitarian, I guess, disaster is going to be on such a scale that there will be calls for how this happened. I'm not sure where the United Nations sits here. This is actually the Taliban, but we've got the King of Swords here. So I do feel that, there is going to be some kind of, I don't know, perhaps world action here. I just see women and children being very prominent in this reading. Okay, so let's have a look. Is there what will the world do in response to a growing humanitarian crisis there? What will the world do in response to a growing humanitarian crisis? It's like the sins of our fathers. It's like those original weapons of mass destruction type scenarios. What will the world do in response to this crisis? The Queen of Cups, they're going to come together and give aid in some way. I'm not sure how. They could send in forces to broker certain things with the Taliban. I don't know why that wasn't done before, although Trump apparently did it. I don't know what the gap was between Trump talking to the Taliban and Biden removing troops, and it was done really quickly. But there's going to be, the world will come together in some way to try and broker some kind of deal, peace deal. The Nine of Wands put boundaries up, needed boundaries, I think, in response to refugee movements, but also protecting women and children. The Seven of Cups, in the past, choices not being made, right choices not being made, illusion and delusion. I don't even want to unpack that over 20 years. the World card, the potential for the World card to come together and end this. Five of Swords, abuse of power in the immediate future. This is what's going to galvanise us to act. Four of Cups, a lot of people disappointed. But there is a solution coming. There is some kind of action coming. Prince of Pentacles, yeah. Could even be diplomatic, brokering, dealing with the Taliban, but also there's money here coming to them as well. There's some kind of deal that is done, or they try and do, reunifying families as well. The King of Pentacles. This is the card for the oligarch. It's also my card for Trump, is in the outcome. And the Wheel of Fortune here, Jupiter energy. I do feel, Trump's not going to be able to do anything here, but he will obviously profit from what is going to be an unfolding crisis as a result of the withdrawal. But I also feel, and there it is, I also feel that they're going to come at it a different way through some kind of opening up talks, and there's going to be aid given in some way, monetary aid given. What's at the base of the pack? The government, the Hanged Man taking no action. You could even see Russia coming in here as well in some way to bring some kind of hope here. The world will take action. The crisis is going to worsen. There will be talks opened up with the Taliban, and there will be aid, monetary aid given. But the crisis is going to get a lot worse. And we're going to see it unfolding, unfortunately. Okay, let's take a look at Governor Newsom. Governor Newsom. Women will rise from this as well as a resistance to the Taliban. Five of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles. They may even fight, form their own armies. Okay, I just saw an orb pass me, so that was validated. All right, Gavin Newsom, let's move on. Cut these cards. Gavin Newsom, he's facing a recall. Their pundits are talking about a lot of apathy. We could get a surprise. You could get a surprise victory for a Republican candidate. He's facing extreme right-winged candidates. It would be a disaster in California. Let's see if Gavin Newsom can win this recall. Can Gavin Newsom... Yeah, we've got temperance and moderation, so that's a good card there. Can Gavin Newsom win this? Can Gavin Newsom win this recall? Okay, we've got the Queen of Wands. So my interpretation there is that women will come out. A lot of women will come out to support him. The Prince of Cups, he's going to offer something here. The Prince of Cups talks about an offer of some sort. The offer here will garner the support of female voters. Coming together, three of Pentacles to join an alliance of some sort will assist him. The Eight of Swords, he's been restricted, no doubt, by this recall. I don't even understand how something like that works with a democratically elected governor. Only 1 million signatures, isn't it, to get a recall. Three of Wands, he's done a lot of work, even though you might underestimate him. He's done a lot of work. Whenever I see that Three of Wands there, it's in the potential position. I know that they've almost been lining their ducks up Let's see what the other cards are going to tell us. Immediate future, the Hanged Man. That's interesting. That's in the immediate future. It might even look like he's in trouble. The Hanged Man talks about needing to see something in a different way. This could even be the recall itself. The Empress card in the present position is abundance, season. It's like people, they're happy with him in the main. And the High Priestess here, a lot of big draw here to women. All right, let's keep going. The Hopes and Fears, Seven of Pentacles. Review, going back to the drawing board. And we've got the Death card at the end here. Let's see in the outcome position. That's endings. Endings of what? The Eight of Pentacles. That's somebody that has a specific skill to bring to something, and we've got the Voter. All right, I'm going to draw a clarification. Two of Cups, Voters coming together. I don't necessarily think that's that Death card is for Newsom. Could be the ending of this recall process. All right, show me this Death card. What's the ending here? It's an extreme right winger. People looking for those with skills to run their economy. The Voter backing the person with skills. Show me this Death card. Does this mean Newsom will lose? Yeah, it could be in relation to COVID. Nine of Pentacles. That is money, independence, freedom. Nines are here, miracles. And here's the Knight of Cups again, which is what Newsom is. Here's the Queen of Wands. So there's a big validation here. Yeah. Trump, King of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Similar cards coming forward. Yeah, Page of Wands. I think he will take a victory. It might not be as big as what he thinks, but he will. We've got the Six of Swords moving out of troubled waters. So the way that I interpret that reading, and you can take or leave my predictions. You can watch me or you don't need to watch me. Choice is yours. The way that I'm reading this is I have a growing feeling that there is a movement away from extreme right-winged fascists across a lot of quarters that we can't necessarily see here. Women will carry the vote for Newsom. They are happy with the way that he's running the economy. I don't know much about the Californian economy, but I think people are happy with what he's done with COVID. There will always be sections that aren't. It looks like he has some kind of ace up his sleeve. It's the Ace of Cups that he has up his sleeve that will draw voters toward him. I think his victory will be largely down to the women vote. It may not be a huge victory because there's money, big moneyed influences here around the Trump-like candidates. There's money backing them, but I still see Newsom coming through, and I think, as I said, he's got something up his sleeve that we can't see yet. All right, it's my reading. He potentially will be the victor, is where I'm coming out, and I do feel that the larger theme here is moving away from loudmouth, right? Fascists who deliver nothing but death. We're seeing that through the COVID Delta strain, aren't we? That's changing a lot of people. That's waking a lot of people up. All right, now Canada's election, and we'll finish up. Ooh, too many cards coming out there. September. I don't know much about the opposition there. The opposition leader, but let's have a look at if Trudeau will take it again. He's doing a lot of things right, particularly with Delta, with vaccinations. These are, ship of state type of really strong decisions here. that he's making the right decisions, unlike what we're seeing in Australia. So I think he'll be rewarded to a certain extent there. I think he's learned a lot over the last 4 years. Trudeau. Will Trudeau get back in power? Will Trudeau get back in power? It's always like, is the alternative any better? If that's a no. So we've got the King of Pentacles as a signifier card. That's the businessman. That's, the economy, running the economy well. And we've got the Queen of Wands here. So, again, women seem to be playing a big part in victories, or will play a big part in political victories. Anyone who doesn't have the women vote doesn't have anything. Now, the Queen of Wands here also, the Governor-General, I read that there is a woman that plays a significant role. And, of course, the first Indigenous Governor-General of Canada was chosen. So, broadly speaking, things are changing. We might not see a lot of evidence, and perhaps in the US that they're the last country to change, but things are changing, and women are leading the charge. It's a bit like Newsom with Trudeau, the Knight of Cups, an offer here. It's the strength. It's the strength of the reading, offering women something that the opposition parties don't or can't or won't. The Devil card in the past, that's toxicity. He will have faced his own battles. I know he has. His own political battles, but they're in the past. As I said, changes here as a result of what happened in America, seeing what happened with Trump, the kind of leader that he was. Seven of Wands. He will have to fend off a lot of challenges. That's having to defend himself. The Chariot in the immediate future. Things moving forward very quickly. And the Ten of Wands. It's not easy. The situation hasn't been easy for him. He's had to deal with a lot, as have all leaders. Even leaders in the past have had to make some pretty difficult decisions. Even Boris Johnson over in the UK. It's not been an easy time. It continues to be a very difficult time. But we've got the past here. Moving back toward, now this is interesting with Trudeau, moving back toward better times, moving back toward the higher self. This is what he's trying to do. It's hard, but he's trying to bring forward that value there, value for humanitarian type of energy, the higher self type of energy. It's hard at this time to bring that back. But, yeah, Five of Pentacles, there could be those that fear some kind of downturn in the economy. As I said, I don't know much about his opposition leader. His opposition leader might be running on economic strength. Those that have been left out of the economy. But we've got the Prince of Pentacles. They will go for the Knight of Pentacles. They will go for the shore bed. They will go for the person that has led them through difficulties, that has delivered reliability to them, particularly around the economy as well. Two of Pentacles. This is walking a tightrope. So, now's not the time for a change in leadership is what I think the Canadians will do. He's not going to have it all his own way, though. He's fending off significant battles, but ultimately at the end of the day, like Newsom, they'll reward him for how he has handled COVID, how he has kept the economy on track, and there are detractors, but this energy's in the past. So at this point, justice, we've got Libran energy, balancing of the scales, restriction, worry, anxiety, and the Wheel of Fortune. People are looking for that wheel, that Jupiter energy to come through. And I do feel that a glimmer of that in Canada, and they will stick with the known quantity, not someone who is unknown. Though he will have to face challenges, quite significant challenges. Already is, I guess. All right, that's the reading for today. Very sad about Afghanistan, regardless of what you think. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is the saying. Should they have been there in the first place? Should they have stayed so long? Should they have done more? Should they have had a different type of withdrawal? The situation is as it is, but it is going to get worse. And it is a very, very, very sad situation. But watch for strong women leadership, resistance coming through. That, could indicate a different kind of future for Afghanistan down the track. We'll see. Keep them all in your prayers, your thoughts. Please. They're going to need it. Okay, bye for now.